Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rodney Parade, Newport, East Wales, for this big clash in women's rugby. Wales welcome the Wallaroos, Australia, to East Wales. It's a clash in preparation for the WXV2 competition, which gets underway next weekend in South Africa. Wales have faced Australia 6 times and have yet to beat them. Will they do it tonight at Rodney Parade? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Match kicks off at 7 o'clock. And alongside me at Rodney Parade this evening is former Wales international, former Wales outside half, Eleanor Snowsill. Croeso, welcome. Looking forward to this clash?
Really looking forward to it, and fingers crossed the rain has held off, so hopefully we'll have an exciting game of rugby tonight.
We'll talk about rugby in a moment, but it's been a busy couple of weeks off the field for Wales. It looks like everything is going in the right direction. People around the table, everything positive, and Eoin Cunningham gets to take who he wants to WXV2 and to select tonight. Yeah,
definitely. There's been a lot going on, but they've definitely drawn a line in the sand. Everything's been sorted and the focus is fully on rugby now.
Let's talk about rugby then. It's the final prep game for both of these teams. Australia lost against Ireland in Belfast and Wales lost against Scotland in Edinburgh. What about those clashes? Let's start with Wales.
Yeah, the first half for Wales was really positive. It was a very good performance. Wales had obviously blooded some youngsters, looked at different combinations, different leaders, whereas Scotland went full strength. So Scotland did pull away in the second half, which Wales will be disappointed with. But on the whole, I think some massive positives from that game.
Did you catch Australia's game out in Belfast? Bits of that?
That was an unbelievable game. A big shock, to be honest with you. Ireland looked incredible. Their speed of ball was brilliant. I think there's a lot of areas that Australia will probably reflect on and have probably been working on, and we'll see if they've fixed them before tonight.
And what about Rodney Parade? A great ground, a small, intimate ground. It can get quite tasty here.
It definitely can, and there is a really talented group of girls who play their rugby in Coleg Gwent. They're in the under-18 squad. There's a really thriving community of rugby here, and they'll be down to support tonight as well.
Well, Rodney Parade is a very special ground for one player starting at tight head for Wales tonight. Cecilia Tupilotu.
Rodney Parade has a special place in my heart. It was the first club that my dad played for here. I had a cousin that played for Newport. My little sister plays for the age grade at Newport. I'd say I'm the only one left to play there. I'm so excited. For a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 10 plus. Growing up, I didn't have the chance to see women play rugby in Newport, so to have the game being played in Newport just opens up the community to come and support women's game even more. It's pretty special.
Special evening for Cecilia Tupilotu at Rodney Parade, and she's a special player for Wales.
She's a very special player for Wales. She always gives Wales front foot, very important in the scrum as well. But more importantly, she's a great person off the pitch. She's very popular with all the girls, and what a role model to the players that are coming out to watch her tonight. Yeah,
certainly a big carrier for Wales. This is the final prep match before WXV2. Do you show all your cards, all your tricks tonight? Because Wales play Australia in a week's time in Cape Town.
You will definitely keep some tricks up your sleeve. You don't want to show your best plays because the important game and the one to win is in 8 days' time. So yes, you want a performance, you want your basics to go really well, you want your set piece to be strong, but you definitely don't show all your cards tonight.
Wales have tried, you've tried to beat Australia 6 times. They've yet to do it. Is it going to change tonight, Eleanor?
I do believe it can change. In those games, discipline cost Wales quite a bit, and the ability to move the ball into space. There are spaces and weaknesses in Australia's defence, and given how Wales have been attacking recently, hopefully they can exploit that.
So are you saying that Wales are going to win?
I am always back in Wales, Rhys.
Well, there we have it. Eleanor Snowsill says a Welsh victory, and you know what? So do I. But what did both coaches think when we spoke to them earlier?
Croeso i Rodney Parade, Johan. What does it mean to the players to play here tonight?
Diolch, Eleanor. It's an awesome experience, a great opportunity for us to play playing in Gwent. Great for a lot of players that come through the Gwent system. Cecilia Topolutu come home and play here. So fantastic occasion, and we're really looking forward to it.
And how important have these warm-up games been in preparation for WXV2?
They've been great, and it's been a vital step towards our preparation, giving some young players opportunity and exposure. Also putting some combinations together, learning about ourselves as we go into a global competition which starts next week.
And talking about young players, Rosie Carr gets her first start for her country tonight. What has impressed you about her, and what are you expecting to see from her tonight?
First of all, she's just a brilliant human being who has bought into everything we do. Massive growth mindset, wants to learn. Her throwing has improved dramatically over the last sort of 6 weeks. And we want to give her the shot because she deserves it, and we're excited to see her go.
And finally, you play Australia again in 8 days' time, the big one, first round of WXV2. Is it a case of keeping some cards close to your chest? How much will you show tonight?
Potentially that, yeah. Possibly a bit more on the style we want to play, which might differ next week. But if you look at the fundamentals of the game, the set piece, do we go forward, how physical are we, those are the markers we'll be looking at, hopefully to come out on top this week, which will set us up nicely for next week.
Diolch yn fawr a pob lwc.
Thank you, diolch.
Croeso, welcome to Wales, Joe.
Thank you.
What has been the reaction following the defeat from against Ireland last week? How have the squad reacted?
They've actually responded really well. Like, we were obviously disappointed with the result and the performance, but actually the way they bounced back on Monday, really proud of their efforts this week.
And what are the areas that you focused on in training?
Just a big focus on our work rate off ball and that tap breakdown as well. We just didn't get around the corner quick enough, and there's been a big focus on that this week.
And obviously a lot of the Welsh players following your time as head coach of Worcester Warriors.
Yeah.
What are the threats that Wales possess today, and where are you looking to target them?
Yeah, look, obviously, like you said, I know a lot of those players, and I know how hard they work, and that centre combination is a pretty direct one, and we know that they'll carry hard, so we're expecting that.
And you play Wales again in 8 days' time. How much is it a case of keeping some cards close to your chest? How much will you be showing tonight?
Yeah, for us, it's just a real focus on us and our performance. And it has been, of late, we're trying to build and depth in the squad. And I think very similar to Wales. So, we're giving players an opportunity over these 2 games and, which will allow us hopefully to go in, having stepped up in our performance next week.
And how important has been touring over here for the young players to develop depth in your squad? How important has that been?
Yeah, it's absolutely massive because some of them have never been to the Northern Hemisphere before. We had one player celebrate her 18th birthday this week, and yeah, it's just really exciting, and you just learn so much from being able to kind of emulate the travel, how they look after themselves, on the days off. It's just so much learning for them, so it's so valuable for next year.
Brilliant. Diolch yn fawr and pob lwc.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rodney Parade in Gwent, East Wales, for this Women's International. It's a warm-up for the WXV2 competition, and it's Wales against Australia. The first Women's International at Rodney Parade since 2001. England were the visitors then. Tonight, it's Australia. It is a glorious night in South Wales. Good fans in for this clash. They're playing Australia here now as a warm-up, and then in the Six Nations they'll play Ireland here. It can be a hostile atmosphere at Rodney Parade. Australia played in Belfast, made their way to Wales. Wales played in Scotland, now are playing at home. And the Wallaroos are coming out onto Rodney Parade. A new experience for many of this young Australian squad that have travelled over. First European experience, and certainly a first Gwent Newport experience for many. The Australian captain, Michaela Leonard, leading them out and leading Wales out. For the second time with the captain's armband, Kira Bevan, the experienced 9. And that's what you feel might be vital this evening, experience in this clash. They're going to be facing each other in their opening match of the WXV2 competition in Cape Town at the DHL Stadium next Saturday. So they don't want to play all their cards tonight. They want to keep some close to their chest. But it's a clash you'd think that you'd want to win. But of course, first and foremost, in any international, we're going to have the anthems. Geen Lad van Hadai. I'll try and be impartial, but that is the best anthem in the world. Wales against Australia. That's the match we've got in store. Let's take a look at the team, starting with the home team, Wales. They make 7 changes to the team that lost in Edinburgh against Scotland 2 weeks ago. A chance to shine on home soil before WXV2. Rosie Carr starts at hooker for the first time to win her 2nd cap. Boiler House experience in Georgia Evans and Abby Fleming as they return. One back row change sees Brian E. King add her power to the blindside flank. 3 changes behind the scrum. Thaiki George and a cannon of a boot wears 10, and a new centre combination trialled by head coach Johan Cunningham. Karen Lake and Caris Cox look to dominate midfield, and Nell Metcalf jumps from the bench to wear 14 in a team captained by Kira Bevan. Australia, they make 4 changes from the loss against a very improved Ireland in Belfast. Tanya Naden is fit and starts at hooker, which sees Ashley Marston's moved back to wear 7. Michaela Leonard gets the captain's armband back to lead the Wallaroos. Change at scrum half, Lane Morgan getting the nod over Natalie Wright, and 2 changes in the back 5. Trilene Pomare, the Wanneroo centre, wears 12 to give some go forward and some good hands, and Caitlin Hals wins her 3rd cap, her first since the Pacific 4 Nations Series. She was told of a call-up on the 18th birthday this week on Wednesday. She starts at full-back. 2 benches to look at as well. Experience for Wales, also for Australia. You've got to pick out 2 there. I'd say Alicia Butchers can make an impact for Wales, and Laurie Kramer for Australia. Match official, always important. From England, the RFU, it's Sarah Cox. All set at Rodney Parade. Good to go in this final warm-up for Wales and Australia before they head to slightly warmer climates, maybe a little bit wetter in Cape Town. Slikey George, first kick of the game. Wales playing into the breeze. They won the toss.
Thank you very much.
It's all about big carries for Australia. It was a bit of a shock, really. Well, that's a big hit. Cecilia Tupilotu looking to make an impact on her home ground. Rodney Parade, her dad played here. The family have all played here.
Need to roll away and then needs
Whistle
to
goes, first penalty goes in favour of Australia.
If we're going to compete those breakdowns, we've got to make sure they're all clear first, okay?
I think we're going to see this hit again from a double tackle. That's what Wales want to see, but Australia certainly will come and play. Eleanor Snowsill, former Wales outside half alongside me. Eleanor, it's a clash to look forward to. Conditions are almost perfect here.
Conditions are perfect, and I hope to see both teams play really exciting attacking rugby. This is the last chance to play under less pressure of results in a warm-up friendly, so hopefully we'll see some experimentation and some real good attacking play from both teams.
Straight enough on that throw. Straight down the middle. Tuina Favadre, the number 8, still going. Almost gets to the Wales 22. Just the pass slightly loose. Turnover by Tuipilotu. Wales on the hunt for a scrum half. Kira Bevan, captain, gets her in time. Good line speed by Australia. Caitlin Leaney, big hit. Georgia Evans,
Taken back.
carry in midfield, working a better angle for Slikey George. Good kick down the tram line, but as all good Australian teams will look to do, they'll always look to counter. Danger from everywhere. How much will teams show each other, considering what's on offer? Almost an intercept, but great hands, great link play. Pomare hitting a good angle for Australia.
No, don't touch
Carry in
line.
midfield. Garbani.
It's really quick speed of ball by Australia at the minute. Wales will want to try and slow that speed of ball down so that they can get organised in defence.
That's the big difference. Almost a chance of an intercept, but Australia get it out wide. And this is going to be the first score. Well finished. It's Maya Stewart out wide. I think that's gone over there. Didn't take Australia long. 3 minutes on the clock. And Maya Stewart goes over. Good pressure from Australia and that ability, as they always do, to get the ball wide.
Yes, Joe Yapp will be very happy with how Australia have started this game. She would have wanted a response from the disappointing defeat to Ireland last week, and she's definitely seen that. Their threats are out wide. They've got two very strong wingers, back three players, and unfortunately Wales were just caught a bit narrow on their defence there, and Australia will punish you.
Spoke earlier, Eleanor, about the 7 circuit, and they don't really benefit the Wallaroos from players coming back, but out wide they don't really need anybody.
I don't think they do. I mean, there's some brilliant players in their 7 setup, and I'm sure they could slot in somewhere. But their wingers are their strength, and they do really well to look to get the ball there. So Wales are going to have to work hard to try and slow that ball down and spread a little bit wider in defence. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Well, conversion was good. And Faitala Maleka, 7-0 Australia lead. A bit too easy. The Welsh defensive setup won't be pleased to watch this replay.
It was a great bit of skill as well to release that ball, tap that ball under pressure.
Quick restart from Wales. And Australia still creating quick ball. Karpani again with the carry. Wales having difficulty slowing Australian ball down, Eleanor.
Yeah, they are, and off kick-off is a real opportunity to sort of try and pin a team down in their own 22, but you've got to be organised on your chase, and you've got to make your shots. And unfortunately, Australia are having a bit too much freedom in attack here, and they're making the most of it.
Well, we spoke of sevens just seconds ago, and this is what we're seeing from Australia. High tempo, keeping the ball alive. Good tackle there by Thaiki George. And a respite for Wales potentially. We'll have a scrum and a chance for them to take a big deep breath.
Yeah, Wales will be very thankful for that. It's been a very high intensity 5 minutes, and Australia have really shown what they've come here to do. They've played some great attacking rugby already, moving the ball, and when you move the ball, you've got to try and slow down the ball. So real opportunity now to see what Wales can do in attack and what sort of mark they want to make on this game.
Got to win the ball first from the scrum. Very impressed by Tui Nakavadre. Now Wallaroos 8 so far. Dominant in the contact, carrying the ball, making meters.
Crouch!
First scrum.
Binds!
Always crucial. You get a feel of the weight coming through. Ball in almost on the engage. Gone to the deck on this side. Play on. And Wales do attack. Not the slickest there for Caris Cox. She does well, but Wales behind the gain line.
No advantage.
No advantage. They were playing some from the scrum.
Yeah.
Well, Gorman, I think, was penalised there. Well, that's like a hinging motion.
This is a real opportunity now for Wales to get a foothold back in the game. They said beforehand that set piece was an area that they wanted to focus on and make sure they get right. So I'm sure Mike Hill, the forwards coach, will be very, very pleased with a scrum penalty at the first scrum. And it is a great kick to touch by Thaiki George.
Wales line out. Rosie Carr, Johan Cunningham, not to put pressure on the header, throwing in, it improved dramatically over the last 6 weeks. Well, past the first test, Lake hits a line. Wales now after quick ball. Tupilotu with the carry. Deep into Wallaroo territory. Quick ball needed. Bevan looking for gaps out wide. And Joyce is wearing 14, we're playing on the left wing. And the ball not going anywhere near the wing from Wales at the moment. Short carries, forwards working hard. Tupilotu will have this one.
Okay, short.
Just short. Australia need to move a little bit quicker. Oh, it's gone forward there. Just from Beth Lewis, the Wales 8. Chance gone for Wales.
Yeah, it was great play up to that moment. They were spreading the ball wide, hitting it up through the forwards, and most importantly, speed of ball. That is where Ireland beat Australia last week, was how quick their ball was. Most rucks under 3 seconds, so you know it is possible against Australia, and it's great to see Wales with the ambition to move the ball, and they just probably would like to be a tiny bit more accurate that close to the try line.
Well, rugby's becoming increasingly about taking your chances. When you get the chance for points, inevitably you've got to take them.
If I was Australia here, I would definitely do an 8 pick.
Set! Steady!
Solid Australian scrum. Well, Linus Nosal said it, an 8 pick. Tui Nakavadre doing what she has done, getting over the gain line, putting Australia on the front foot. Not the greatest clearance kick, considering the wind is quite a considerable breeze behind Australia.
Yeah, I think Australia would have wanted a few more metres on that kick, like you said, especially with the breeze, but it's a great attacking opportunity for Wales now.
Good line out again. Wales look to drive this one.
Down by red, down by red.
Putting pressure
Bound,
on the Wallaroos. Still going forward. Still marching forward. The Welsh pack.
The same maul, it's just spun.
Rosie Carr. Still, I think she's got hands on the ball. Bevan uses it. Cox running into traffic in midfield. Just short again. But Bevan spots a gap and she crosses. The captain leading by example. Wales respond, and they needed to.
Nothing clear and obvious.
Oh, it's brilliant play. And I think that's the evolution of the Welsh attack. So we've always had dominant forwards who can drive forward, and it is excellent driving wall. But then the backs are now complementing the forwards. Good go forwards by Caris Cox at 13, and then Kira Bevan, she will spot any tiny little hole that you'll give her, any little gap, and she'll be over.
The issue is if we've got that to fit. Yeah.
Maybe looking at a tackle as well there. Not sure if it was Caris Cox or Kerin Lake on the charge, but as we see, Kira Bevan just get the ball on the whitewash. Can she convert her own score? It's a 7-pointer for Wales. We're all square again at Rodney Parade. Wales 7, Australia 7.
Yeah, it's exactly the reaction you would have wanted to see from Wales. The challenge now is, can they exit cleanly off this kick-off? They had some struggles against Spain of taking the kick-off receipt and exiting cleanly, so you only make the most of your points once you've exited cleanly.
Yeah, that Spanish game for Wales was huge because it meant qualification for WXV2, which also meant qualification, automatic qualification for Rugby World Cup 2025, which happens next door in England.
Okay, we're all done. We're all done. Hands away. No, leave it.
As Nosil said alongside me, Wales trying to work an exit.
It's inside.
Long ball back, Llaiki George. Proper West Walian Llaiki from Crymych, beautiful part of the world.
Farmer as well, isn't she? Farmer
I
strength.
had it inside.
They are built
Unless
differently.
somebody's going to correct me, I had it inside.
I concur with that.
Yeah, I had a real.
Always inside the 22.
Yeah.
It's Caris Phillips there
Okay.
on the left.
Right. There's
She's
two
going to
problems here.
WXV2,
You've got
not
to get your
involved
numbers in
tonight.
quicker. You crowd the gap
If you're
again,
carrying
I'll
little
penalise
bumps
you,
and
okay?
niggles, why
Stay
take
on
a
your
risk
mark,
with
please,
some of the
that's
most
right.
experienced players?
Yeah, exactly. They're getting on a plane tomorrow to fly to South Africa, and they're meeting Australia again in 8 days' time. So her experience will be invaluable in that game. But it is, again, a good opportunity for someone like Rosie Carr.
And there is Rosie Carr clearing things up at the back of that line out. An overthrow from Australia. It's Welsh ball. And deep in their own territory.
Good strip, good strip.
Good strip in midfield. And it's Australia on the front foot now. Miller breaking tackles. Has that gone forward? Yeah, I think it has. Just gone forward.
Every breakdown, when it's not your breakdown, she shouts at me. No?
You don't want to mess with Sarah Cox.
Just keep feet on, and then your elbow rest as well.
She's clear in all her communication.
She is. She's very clear. You know exactly what she wants of you. She actually reffed this fixture 10 months ago or a year ago in WXV1, Wales versus Australia. Didn't go quite Wales's way that day, but hopefully they can turn the tables today.
Yeah, it was close at Rugby World Cup as
We
well.
got ball away.
But Wales,
Just need a little
in
bit
6
better
attempts,
control
have yet to beat Australia. Obviously, Wales want to change that tonight.
We've already chatted.
But would you rather take a win tonight or take a win in WXV2?
I think you know the answer to that. Definitely take the win in 8 days' time. Today is probably more about performance, seeing different combinations, last opportunity to experiment and try different things. Yes, you definitely want to get elements of the game right, and a win would be great for confidence going into next week. But
Binds.
next week is a big one.
Set.
As is every scrum. Look at the 2 break feet there. Got to stay on the bind. Which way is this penalty going? It's going in favour of Australia. Powerful scrum there. Looked like a shove on Karpani, Eva Karpani. An experienced tight head. And that's a shot of Bridie O'Gorman there. And a lot of experience on both sides of that scrum. And Australia electing to go for the corner. Moleka. And it'll be an Australian line out. real attacking chance for them. See what their line-out drive is like. If, of course, they get their darts right. No contest, a lot of movement there.
Ball's here.
And a play off the ball. Turina Cavadre again heavily involved.
Okay, out we come. Wait here, wait here.
Wales defending 4 metres, maybe 3 metres out now. The Wallaroos getting ever closer. Oh, that's an intercept, but offside. Jazz Joyce, I think, was penalised because not many people in World Rugby would catch Jazz Joyce.
No, it would have been great to see her be released there. She was quite a way offside, so right decision there by Sarah Cox. It was good defence by Wales though. They managed to slow Australia's ball down. There wasn't many options on for them, so it was the right idea.
Another chance for Australia then. First job was accurate last time. Again, similar movement, more of a contest from Wales, and they pinched that one at the back. I think it might have been Kate Williams getting her hands on that one. They look to play their way out, always a risk, but it is about creating a better angle for Thaiki George and that right boot of hers. But you've got to be careful how you kick to Australia because they will always counter. Fredericks back into Hulse. A lot of young Australian talent getting some exposure, game time, and certainly taking advantage of it. Masters breaking through. Can she go all the way? What a score. She played hooker in Belfast against Ireland, moved back to wear the 7 shirt, and she crosses for Australia's second try. An individual effort, a great one at that.
What a try, what a try. She was brilliant last week against Australia at hooker, and you know, she is a real strength of theirs, a real threat. Wales won't be too happy with that. Coaches are stood next to us here, and I can't imagine that Johan will be too happy. You can never switch off on the side of the ruck, otherwise you will get punished. And then just a few missed tackles after that. But it was a great finish, great speed and power to get over the line.
Foot is in front of the ball.
So, Menace, you saying that you want this chalked off?
Yeah, I think we're going to have a look at it just to clarify, because she is slightly
If you
in
can
front.
hear a referee in TMO at home or wherever you're watching this one anywhere in the world, we might have a look at this again, I think, because they want to see where her feet were positioned in relation if she was in the ruck, if her feet were in front of the ball. Let's have a listen.
Coach, I'm just lining up the ambulance now.
The on-field officials working with the TMO, Andrew McMenemy from the Scottish Rugby Union. Well, you just want to see the ruck. No problem with the finish.
Yeah.
Where was she?
Yeah,
Was a
that'll be
foot
fine
in
there.
front of the ball. The right foot certainly was.
Find that 9 is ready to go, isn't it? So just give me a mark, Menace. So she's in front of that ball. She then reaches back, picks that ball up, so therefore she's in front and offside. We'll go back. We'll chalk that try off and we'll go back to that mark. Yeah.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds, Coach, so I'll just get back to the mark.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Well, there you have the decision. No try, just in front of the ball,
So
reaching
Coach,
back
keep
to
going
get it.
to your left. You're probably about 2
Just
metres
looking
outside
for the
10.
mark now. The officials team. So
That's you about there. Perfect.
I've written that score down in pen, which I can't rub out, so that's a bit of paper wasted for me. But Wales will be happy, Eleanor. It stays 7 points apiece.
Luckily we have digital boards here at Rodney Parade, and they can just remove the score and change it. Good let off for Wales though, and a real opportunity now. Another set piece in Australia's half, so let's see what they can do with this.
Yeah, Wales will certainly look to tighten things up defensively at the edge of every ruck. Line-out's been working well. Top of the line, Bevan. Midfield, it's Lake and Cox. Getting relatively quick ball. Pass behind, always a good one. On the wing to Metcalf. Quick ball again. Pearce brought to the deck, does well to gain an extra metre there. Thaiki George. Out to hooker Rosie Carr. Advantage. Not a chance for Wales to try something. She always likes to take a quick one. Does Kira Bevan. Now need a scrum half. Cecilia Topilotu, she's not shy on a pick and go, but feeds this time. Beth Lewis, driven back in the tackle. Solid Australian defence. Wales in the shadow of the Wallaroo sticks. Taking their time now. Operating a policy of in numbers, but Kate Williams goes a little bit isolated there. Now they take their time, and an offload. Just short, a metre short of Wales. Just seen a try chalked off for Australia. And Wales on the hunt for another one. Bevan. Oh, it's just gone forward there. Pass a little bit behind Caris Cox. So it will be an Australian scrum. Patience, not quite enough.
Oh, I would have liked to have seen them just go maybe one more phase. But Australia have been sucked in. The space is there, but Caris Cox just overruns it. You've got to take your run off the pass of the 10 rather than the pass of the 9, because you don't know what point is going to come out. But it was great work to get up to that point. You know, Kira Bevan keeping on top of things. Quick ball. We know how much of a threat the forwards are that close to the try line, but just weren't able to get over. But it's a great position for Wales to be in now.
They still can put some pressure on the Australian scrum. Players from both teams getting some treatment. Australia had the dominance in the last scrum. So Caris Cox there, maybe a little bit of a combination. Too much on the pass maybe from Thaiki George and just overrunning it a little bit. Now that's the kind of second chance gone begging for Wales.
Yeah, it is, but again, that's the whole purpose of these games, is to try different combinations. I'm not sure if Thaiki and Caris would have played too much together as a 10-13, so, you know, as long as they learn the lessons from these, like we said before, the important game is in 8 days' time, so hopefully they'll tighten up on that, and hopefully we can keep Australia here and put them under some pressure.
Crouch! Bind! Knees!
Just over 19 minutes on the clock. I'll reset this one.
You're both not good enough there, okay? You need to get your height up, and you need to get your height up and take the hit as well, okay?
Bridie O'Gorman
both of us are not
against
good enough
Cecilia
there, please.
Tupilotu on this side. That's what Sarah Cox is talking about there. Want to keep their height, elbows high, long on the bind. Don't want to give, if you're Welsh that is, don't want to give Australia an easy exit. You don't want to give a free kick or a penalty away when you've got them 5 metres from their own line. Well, if you've watched rugby a long time, you know that hookers don't really hook the ball anymore, because that one went in at the number 8's feet.
Yeah, it's something that seems to be allowed these days, isn't it?
It's a pretty good clearance though. Moleka takes play just outside the Wallaroos 22. Welsh line out, operating very well. Beth Lewis with the take, Rosie Carr with the throw, and Wales look to drive this one again. Broken away a little bit of Wales.
Clearly broken off. You're in front and she's at the back of you. Obstruction.
Not the same maul. So Tupilotu in front of Rosie Carr. And that is an easy exit.
Yeah, those are probably just the errors that Wales will be quite frustrated with themselves for. They were really putting Australia under pressure there. Their driving line out has been excellent, and it was an area that Australia looked to be a bit vulnerable in last week against Ireland. So just slightly disappointing that they let them back in the game there. It's
an Australian line out. Just over 21 minutes on the clock now. Clean ball for Australia off the top, and again making meters in the Welsh defence off first phrase, and Wales struggling just to slow ball down, and Australia reactive. Palu there, let the ball go, picked it up again and went. Got back on her feet.
Agree.
And Wales onside, yes they are. Lane Morgan with a break. Australia all comfortable, ball in hand. What you'd expect really from Australian teams, but great play at the breakdown from Georgia Evans, winning a Welsh penalty there. Something that Wales and their management will be very happy about.
Yeah, we've got Mike Hill, forward coach of Wales, here with us today. How the lineouts have been operating very well. How much work have you been doing that on the week, and how pleased are you with how they've been going so far?
Yeah, Rosie's come in this week. We've been working hard on our tempo at the line-out.
Number 1 is down in the backfield.
The throw she's been throwing today, outstanding, and it just shows the hard work she's been putting in. I'm sure Beth will be having a chat here about the variations we want to play off these line-outs. Just keep Australia guessing at that.
Yeah, definitely. And Wales have had quite a few opportunities. What do Wales need to tighten up on to make sure that they get over Australia's try line and make the most of this momentum?
Probably just our contact area, both sides of the ball. They're big, powerful athletes, the Australians, so we just need to make sure when we're carrying, we're getting our carry height right, we're getting numbers for that breakdown early so we get speed of ball. And probably reversing on the other side of things when they've got it, make sure we get them to floor early. We've got great poachers in the team, let's make sure we have opportunities to turn it over.
Yeah.
Mike, you play Australia again in 8 days in Cape Town. What do you show them tonight? How many tricks do you keep in the box?
There's not much you can change in a week's time, so they probably know us. We've played twice now in the last 2 years. They probably expect a bit of a set-piece game from us, and we don't want to disappoint on that front, but it's making sure we've got those variations of variety off that to make sure they have to keep guessing what's coming next, really.
And how do you slow Australian ball down?
It's that initial contact height.
Legally.
Yeah. Well, we've got some good girls that can do that. Maybe not so legally, but it's that initial contact height, I think. We've just got to make sure we're getting two in the tackle, especially on that initial point of contact, just to stop their momentum. They're just getting a bit of easy gain line at the moment. We need to stop that.
Right, Mike, thanks for your time. I get you back to your real job.
Use the ball! I told you to use
that
it,
wasn't
and then
more.
you got the rumble on again. I asked you 3 times to use
There's
it.
the message clear again from Sarah Cox, told to
once you
use it,
use it
and
now,
Wales
okay?
rumbled on again.
Yeah, it's the second time now in a row that Wales have lost possession at a driving line out, so I think we'd probably like to see a bit more variation, maybe a play off the top next time or a peel, just to change the picture a bit for Australia and keep them guessing.
Yeah, okay, but we both need better height here, okay?
23 and a half minutes,
All
7
six of
points
you,
apiece.
okay?
Wales have had definitely 2 very good chances to cross. Australia, and Ashley Masters has had a try chalked off. Great individual effort, just in front of the ball though when she picked it up from that ruck.
Binds!
Deemed offside.
Set!
Well, it's a bit of a contrast in styles really, as Mike Hill said there. Wales don't want to disappoint on their set-piece game, and they're certainly not doing that, working well. But the tempo and the speed, especially the carries of Tui Nakavadre, very impressive for Australia, and their ability again to get the ball wide. Karen Lake with a tackle, but they recycle ball every time, Australia. Leonard, the captain.
No, hands away!
Good contact, good carry. Pomare again. It's an armchair ride if you're 9 for Australia. Lane Morgan having a whale of a time out there, Eleanor.
Yeah, and it's because of the physical dominant carries. They are winning the battle at the minute with their physicality, and when you are physical it creates quick speed of ball, so Wales need to find a way, either double tackle or chop and someone get over the ball to slow things down.
Bit of a knock, is that Shaky George down there? And I catch a glimpse of who's down.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
Shaky.
or Rosie Carr
I think
potentially.
it might be Rosie Carr. Yeah, no, you can see Shaky and shot there.
Yeah.
Really hope it's Nothing too serious.
Well, it was a free play. Wales are turning the ball over.
Or whoever it was, yeah, okay. We cut this out now because it's a lot. Okay,
It's
and
a
I
shoulder
keep
she's
very
holding.
nicely.
Yeah,
Please stop.
pretty innocuous there, but
Okay.
shoulders, funny old thing, and not taking any risks. Rosie Carp, first start for Wales. She is leaving, which means Molly Reardon will be on.
Check why number 2.
Yeah, it's a real shame for Rosie. Really hope she's okay. I think she's been outstanding for the first 25 minutes. The line-outs have been some of the best that we've seen from Wales for a long time. Very consistent. Her throwing in has been good, and she's been really active around the park.
I have to get the ball out, and you do as well. Right, time on.
There's confirmation. Molly Reardon on in the middle of the front row for Rosie Carr.
Just 12 months ago, both Molly Reardon and Rosie Carr were playing in Cardiff Met for me. So look at the difference that it has taken. You know, just 12 months, and players can, you know, with a lot of hard work, make it at the international stage. And it's incredible to see Molly come on. She's another brilliant talent who's really shone through.
We've got to allow each other that bind, okay? So let's make sure that we
No
give
gap.
each other the space to bind.
No chance to bind properly.
And let's tack on, okay?
Scrums have been a little bit problematic. The vocal crowd, as always, at Rodney Parade, packed in on the other side.
Crouch.
Wales will be back here to face Ireland in the
Bind.
Six Nations.
Set.
And crowds, big support can make a big difference. Big drive coming from Australia. They got the nudge on. Tuipilotu penalised. Saw that action, just wiping in, elbow down and in. It's a penalty for Australia. And they're going to pop this one in the corner, are they, Eleanor?
Yep, I think they are, and possibly we might see appeal from them, because last time they did that, they broke the line quite well. So that is the area that they are targeting, just that disconnect between the forwards and the backs at line out.
Pull your elbow
Last
up.
time it was
Don't.
Tuina Kavadre there coming round. If you want someone to come round on the peel or hit an angle, you want to pick the Wallaroos number
You're a
8.
little bit wide there, just come in.
I definitely wouldn't have fancied her running down my channel.
Well, she's there.
Drop, no, wait.
She's in the 10 channel.
Yeah, come on.
Got to win the ball first, and they do.
Right.
Has that gone forward? Yes, it has. But Wales have turned it over anyway. Good reactive play from the Welsh forwards. And Flikey George lifts the pressure, but they've kept it alive. And Australia, as we all know, will counter in midfield. Hulse. She took the kick, 18 years old, birthday on Wednesday when she was called up.
Straight on the ball.
Well, that's a penalty for Wales. Good work at the breakdown defensively. And I think it's Georgia Evans again. Second penalty she's won. She plays in the second row, but she's much more than that.
Yeah, I think if you asked her, she would definitely say she's a back rower. But it's great to have her ability, her footballing ability. It's just like having an extra back rower on the pitch. The work rate she gets through is phenomenal. She's always one of the top in the stats across most things: rucks hit and tackles made, carries made. You know, she's a very important cog in this Welsh side.
There's no compete, play on.
A lot of movement in the Welsh line. Change at hooker, but it does work. Strong carry there from Kate Williams. Tuipilotu, has she lost that? Yes, just in contact. 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah, it seems like the tail of the first half for the Welsh team currently is something really good happens, a couple of good phases, but then just a frustrating mistake or error just releases that pressure. And rugby is all about building momentum, and you can do that by keeping hold of the ball and moving forward with the ball. So
Elbows up as well.
Wales have just released the pressure there, and Australia have got another chance now to exit.
And they do have dominance. At scrum time, penalties have gone their way. What will happen in this one?
Crouch!
sun is disappearing
Binds.
in the west. Floodlights are on at Rodney Parade.
Steady.
Almost up to the half-hour mark on this Women's International clash at Rodney Parade in Newport. 7 points apiece. Australia clear. Do they look for the touchline? Yes, they do.
Still alive. Still alive.
Good clearance from Moleka. That's a good exit from Australia.
That's a brilliant exit, and I think that's probably an area that they've worked on in the week. Might have struggled a little bit there last week, but it's a very clean exit, and it's a great opportunity off a scrum. There's less pressure. The defence at 5 metres back from the scrum, so really good exit by Australia there.
Clean line out again. Molly Reardon
Stay there. Stay there.
keeping this one in. What is Kira Bevanson seeing down the blind side? Lovely little break. Can she get the ball away? No, good cover. Tuina Kavadre, good defensively and going forward. She's a big player as the number 8 for Australia.
Yeah, she is. It was a great cover tackle then. But a good spot in her space by Kira Bevan, and that's exactly what you want. You want to change the picture for the defence, keep them guessing. Next time now, Australia might park an extra defender over there, which then creates more space on the open side.
Australia, good carry. That ball's gone forward, and again picked up. So that is a penalty for Wales.
Is that what you were going to say?
It's a long shot at goal.
Good call.
Crikey George, potentially, or will they just look towards the 22 and a line out? A bit too much off there. Jazz Joyce putting pressure on Miller.
Okay, put her legs down. Put her legs down.
And they keep Australia in the 22. That ball is out. No one really reacting.
No, you're off feet now.
Andy Fleming with a tackle.
Back.
Lane Morgan calling
Wales
for support.
Drop. Wales drop.
We'll take the time we're clearing this one. No real pressure on the kicker. But a charge zone. Is that going to spin infield? Close. Good pace from Carish Cox, and Georgia Evans with the pressure again. She is everywhere.
Yeah, she really is. That was much better by Wales. Really good spike pressure on the kicker there. You can see Carish Cox timing her run perfectly. She gets through the Australian blockers and puts some great pressure on, and you know that just puts a little bit of doubt in the kicker's mind. Next time they might go for a slightly safer kick, or
Yep, clearly off red.
It's a goal line restart for the Wallaroos. Moleka looking to take play close to halfway. But Jenny Hesketh with a counter brings it back into, almost into the Australian 22. Bevan, pass behind from Reardon. Oh, forward there from Abby Fleming. Lera's creeping in to the Welsh game.
yeah, that was a real opportunity there. Australia were very narrow. There was a lot of space out wide. It's just that organisation off ball. If you're not in that initial pod, what are you doing? How deep are you getting yourself? Are you ready, and are you anticipating the ball to be pulled out of the back? Because it was a great decision by Lakey George. She spotted the space. We just need to make sure that everyone is on the same page there.
Yeah, she's here. There you go.
Another scrum, another Australian scrum. Breeze still strong. Is behind Australia. 6.5 minutes left in the first half. And when you look at the Breeze that's behind, or will be potentially behind Wales in the second half, you'd take 7 points apiece at half time.
You definitely would. I think considering the way the game has gone, and like you said, playing into the wind, hopefully, let's not jinx things, but hopefully it'll remain like that, or Wales will be able to get a score on the board.
Lost her bind. Bolt has lost her bind. Right, reset that.
It's interesting to see how Wales are positioning themselves. Both wingers are flat off this scrum. Australia have just gained a lot of territory from the previous scrum, and they've got the win, so it'll be interesting.
Going to be a box kick, but it was lower than that. Lovely little offload. Joyce in midfield. Three-time Olympian. Cox cutting back in, beating defenders.
Okay, we're off feet now.
Wales haven't really got the ball to Jasmine Joyce at all. One of Wales's biggest weapons. George. And Georgia Evans out there again. Nell Metcalf does well to get it to the deck. Now that's the big difference for me, Ellen. The speed of ball, how much Kira Bevan has got to work. When you look at Lane Morgan, the Australian line, it's on a plate.
Yeah, it is. It is a difference, and it's an area that probably Wales will speak about half-time.
No, go back!
They've put a kick in, which is interesting, because I think there was an opportunity there, but like you said, as soon as the ball slows down, I think he probably made the right decision there.
Right, here come Australia again. The blindside flank. Palu out there wide. And that's the difference. There's the quick ball as O'Gorman hits a line. Wales trying to slow it down. Taking the ball to the line. Faitala Moleka, the 10. She's got the turn.
Now you led on top
Everyone's
of her,
trapped there.
Ladies, let the ball come. You are not pinning her in. Ball is there, wait there.
I think they are pinning her in, but the ball does come back. Still Australian ball.
That's off the leg. All good,
Not
off
gone
the leg.
forward. Who's got the ball? Wales have it.
Ball
Wales
is
have
here.
pinched that
Ball
one.
is here. No, don't touch it. No, but you lost it here.
It's a constant chat for referee Sarah Cox with players asking questions. Australia strong over the ball,
Clear release.
but no clear release.
Not far off. Clear release.
Not far off, she says. Naden penalised, I think. She's not happy with the decision, but there's not much you can do because the referee always has the final say.
They do indeed. It's an interesting battle. That phase of play is just the battle of the halfway, and how teams get into the other team's half. And I would like to see Wales working harder off the ball to get slightly deeper, because there are spaces. Australia are slightly slow on the fold. So yeah, that's what I'd like to see. Australia, in contrast, they're just a few little errors, but if they cut those errors out, they can gain a lot of momentum from the way they're playing.
Clean line-up for Wales. That's one element of the game that's worked exceptionally well.
I've got that on the chest.
That looked
Karen Lake with a carry, very upright in the tackle. Shaiki George, pass behind Cox. Has that gone forward? Yes, thought it might have. There was a chance if she could get that ball in the hands back on the inside. I think Jazz Joyce was lurking there, but accuracy, that's been the difference. That's what's been lacking a little bit in Wales's attack.
It was a great defensive read. We see this tackle again now.
It's time off.
Yeah, time's off.
Here's the chance. Lots of pressure on the ball carrier there, Caris Cox.
Tell the back line to stay on. Yeah.
Treatment. What have we got? Just under 2 minutes left in this clash. Staple diet in Wales at rugby matches. Chips. Chips, and a lot of them. Salt and vinegar. Occasional burger. Cheese on your chips. All sorts available at Rodney Parade. Well, what club are they, I wonder? Can't see any jerseys. They got Come On Cymru, but they look like they're from a club in Gwent somewhere, supporting maybe one of the ladies from their club playing.
No, 100%. Right. So we had a bit of 61 and a half dozen of that. Yeah. Right. So that was your girl's trapped her, and then you also can't get out with there. So if we let the ball play out, then it satisfies everyone. Okay.
Well, more conversations. Still got treatment going on, so now's a good time to have a chat with the referee. I think Sarah Cox was referring to that incident where Australia were pinning a Welsh defender in. I think it was Abby Fleming being held in.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a good time to plant a few seeds. You can see captains, the best captains do that. Just take the opportunity just to have a little conversation and plant some seeds in the referee's head.
Australian scrum.
Crouch!
into the last 2 minutes at Rodney Parade of this first half.
Find!
Women's International. Last
You've stood up.
prep game before WXV2. Decisions at scrum time have gone Australia's way. Fredericks carrying in midfield. Brought down by Caris Cox. Tuina Cavadre taking players to get it to the deck, and again quick ball for Miller, wearing 11 for the Wallaroos. Way past the ball. That will be
clearly beyond the ball.
a penalty for Wales. That's what happens when you got outside halves trying to clear out a ruck.
That doesn't normally happen. Normally they don't go past the ruck.
They don't get anywhere near a ruck. This is Likey George. The Wales 10. Might have hoped for a little bit more on that one, but the Welsh line-out has functioned very, very well in this first half.
Yes, correct.
It has. I would like to see a little bit of variation. I think Australia, the way Wales have played, they might overfold. So I think a play coming back blind in the second phase will probably be on, and it's a great opportunity to score some points before half-time.
Well, that was down the Welsh side of that line, not down the channel, but nothing called. And a good drive again from Wales. Molly Reardon
I'm happy it's still moving. Right, don't stay bound.
still moving. Hands coming through onto the ball. She's come straight through the middle as Caitlin Leaney. Had to work hard to get that one out. Likey George gets it wide to Hesketh. Good pace. And that's gone forward from Nell Metcalf. And that's the half-time whistle. And that's the story of Wales' half, really. Squandered a couple of chances close to the Wallaroos line. And then inaccurate with a couple of passes. Mistakes at vital times in this clash. Australia have had a try chalked off. That would have been for their open side, Ashley Masters. But she was offside. So we're honours even at Rodney Parade. One bonus for Wales will be the wind in the second half, will be behind the red of Wales. She's been influential, Georgia Evans. But at half-time at Rodney Parade, as I said, it's all square. Wales 7, Australia 7. Well, welcome back. All square at half-time. 7 points apiece between Wales and Australia. Australia, led by captain Michaela Leonard, out onto Rodney Parade. Quickly followed by Wales. And Ciara Bevan, their captain. Can't really tell you how strong the wind is, but it's certainly going to be behind Wales in this second half. Weathered the storm. Bit of lack of accuracy at vital times from Wales. They'll need to clean that up. That's the only replacement that's happened during the first half. Molly Reardon on for Rosie Carr, both at Cardiff Met University.
You got me, Coxie.
Playing their rugby in Wales. We'll keep an eye out for other changes, and we will inform you of them. But we're all good to go for second half. Wales 7, Australia 7. Fatala Moleka with the kick for the restart.
Right, ready?
Long. Oh, football skills, but offside by Molly Reardon. If you want to script
Offside
some
in front of the last player to play.
disaster starts to halves, apart from conceding a try, that would be it, Helena.
Yeah, it's not the ideal start for Wales, and probably not the response you'd want to see after chatting at half-time with the coaches and having the opportunity to reflect. Interesting decision here that Australia have gone for post, so they have come here to win the game, which is very interesting. But they must be thinking about momentum and confidence going into WXV1.
Yeah, not electing to go to the corner. Points on offer. Moleka electing to go for goal. If you're just joining us, one try apiece. It's the final game before WXV2 starts in South Africa, and Wales and Australia will face once again in Cape Town in a week's time. So winning tonight will give one of these teams a confidence boost, and Australia are ahead after a minute and a half of the second half, thanks to that Fatala Moleka penalty. Wales 7, Australia 10.
Yeah, I definitely think it's an area that Wales will probably look to work on in the next few weeks. Is kick-off receipt. It is, you can see it as a third set piece. You've got your scrum, your line out, but kick-off receipt is very, very important.
Australia do a good job of it and clear the pressure. That's Caitlin Hulse, 18 years young, third cap for Australia, turned 18 on Wednesday. That's the restart. There's Karen Lake with the football skills, and the line out going amiss for Wales.
Yeah, I think it's the first line out of the game that hasn't gone quite right.
I think a few have not been straight, they just haven't been called.
Well, they haven't been contested by Australia.
You can have a line out if you want one, or you can have a scrum.
And that's where Sarah Cox said there was a contest in that one, which is why I think she gave it. Wales definitely won't want to be scrummaging against Australia after how it went in the first half.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Strong Australian set piece, scrum-wise. See a different side of the scrum now. Eva Karpani against Gwenllian Pearce on this side of the scrum.
Set, steady!
Solid platform for Wales. Solid platform for Australia to attack, and attack they do. Pomare with the carry, brought to the deck by Kate Williams. That's maybe an Australian foot. Play on, the referee says. Kate Williams reacts.
Yes. Hold him.
Oh, a penalty there. At number 7, Ashley Masters again. Close to the floor, powerful position over the ball.
Yeah, so gold 9 goes to pick the ball up, and it's one of the clearing players out from gold kicks the ball away from her, so there's nothing there.
Not red, gold.
A couple of early penalties going in favour of Australia.
Yeah, take the end. Wales, just sit at the end of that line. Right, so step over.
Wales will want to be careful that the penalty count doesn't add up here. They can be sometimes guilty of giving away penalties on the bounce, which just allows teams into your own half and gives them territory.
Great Australian line out. No surprise who's got the carry. Fuina Cavarde. But Wales have turned that over. Who's got that one? Was it Molly Reardon? Likey George back in the pocket, electing to kick. Australia will come back, as they did throughout that first half, looking to find gaps out wide. Good pressure. Bryony King there early. Australia's turn to kick now. It's more of an offensive up and under. Jazz Joyce takes that one well over her shoulder. And support just gets her bang on halfway. Wales are at the moment. Quick ball. If you believe stats, Wales created more quick ball than Australia in the first half. Well, didn't look that way to me.
We couldn't quite believe it when we read it, could we, Reece?
But they're bringing some tempo to the game now. But again, Australia, unlucky to lose that one.
Clear release, please.
I thought there was a clear release, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's a penalty in Wales' favour. Happy with that one.
Yeah, we definitely won't question it when it goes in Wales' favour, but it was much better play by Wales there, keeping possession, working the momentum, working their way up into Australia's half, forcing Australia to give the penalty away.
Will that be the message that Johan Cunningham would have delivered in that dressing room, where they need to improve?
I think so, yeah, probably just execution, especially in the 22. So this is another opportunity now that Wales have been in the opportunity in Australia's 22. They actually spent double the amount of time than Australia did in their own 22. So it's about converting that pressure into points.
Contest at the breakdown again. I thought Palu did well to get her hands on that one, but she had to release, told to do so. Australia making it messy, but it's Welsh possession. Long ball out. Likey George, Hesketh, and that's straight over the far touchline. Hands up, sorry about that one. Another chance deep in Australian territory. Gone begging for Wales. Next week in WXV2, simply can't do that, can you?
No, they'll definitely want to be a lot more clinical in WXV2. There'll be even less chances than they've had tonight. Teams will be very tight in their defence.
Oh, here's a chance, but that's just gone forward from Molly Reardon. An overthrow from Australia.
Wait here. Yep. No.
They're playing with fire. A head fake there. That's classed as a dummy from the base. You've got to be careful. Unless you're Gareth Davis that plays for the Scarlets in Wales.
Yeah, because you do it as well, so let me deal with it. Yes. No.
Two squads really, Australia and Wales, in almost similar positions, you think, Eleanor. They're in a little kind of redevelopment stage. They're looking for new talent across the country, you know, trawling everywhere and trying to bring more girls, women to play the game.
Yeah, I think both squads are definitely looking to increase the depth, and there's probably an area that they've struggled with over the past few years. Australia, it's not their main sport, it's probably like their ninth sport, so definitely probably look to convert some players, but definitely improve their depth.
Well, Wales now looking to convert again, spending lots of time in the Australian 22.
Okay, ruck now, no hands.
Ball slow for Kira Bevan. Good counter ruck from Australia. But then maybe just plopping on that one, or was the angle? What was the problem?
Ruck, hands.
Hands in the ruck. What do you do? Eleanor, you've captained plenty of team. Would you be trotting up to say, oh, let's take the 3 points?
The penalty count is creeping against you.
It's a tough one, isn't it? I think the way the driving ball went at the start of the first half and how close they could get to Australia's try line, I think you'd back the pack here and go for the 7-pointer.
Well, that's exactly what Wales have done. Beth Lewis up in the middle of this one, and here comes the drive. Molly Reardon, ball tucked under the arm, composure needed. Has she got it down? Yes, she has. Second try for Wales, and at last they take a chance in the Australian 22. Wales lead for the first time, 12 points to 10.
That is exactly what Wales needed. They've been threatening all game to score that second try. It's taken them until 48 minutes, but they managed it, and it was a great decision. You know, you obviously look on these things in hindsight, but Australia didn't get up to compete, so it was a free ball for Bethan Lewis to win, and just very organised. Look how organised they all are, nice low. I'm not going to pretend like I know too much about what's going on, but they were very patient. Molly showed great patience in the back there, just to control herself and dive over the line at the right time.
Yeah, Molly.
It's such a lottery, you know, when you break away from one maul going forward. We saw an example of it in the first half where Wales had called for offside. I can't see much difference between that example, but the try stands and the conversion is just pulled. No conversion for Wales, but they will be happy to be ahead. 2-point advantage. Just over half an hour left in this international at Rodney Parade. Another look at the finish. Just couldn't get round quickly, could the Australian defence. Nell Metcalf takes the restart. Ooh,
that was a shot to the head.
Now look at that one again. There was a right shoulder. Caitlin Leaney.
I'm just getting the replay.
No arms tackled.
It's such a tough one. Things happen so quickly.
No arms tackled.
Penalty only, I'm hearing in my ear.
The second tackler in there from Gold.
What number, mate?
Yeah, Gold 4.
Wrap.
Don't think they're going to look at it again. Let's see where the contact was.
Both contacts to the head.
Okay, there we have it. Does TMO Andrew McMenemy want to look at that? I'd say both shoulders were to head, two different players. They want to tidy and clean the game up, make it safer for everybody. Just got to get a bit of continuity in things.
And there was no real mitigation there either.
In or out?
Wales line out an overthrow. Who's brave?
Pull back. Pull back.
Australia have it. That's gone forward. This will be a Welsh scrum. Natalia John on, I think, yeah, wearing 19. There's been a change. Abby Fleming gone, I think.
Yeah, it's great to see Natalia John on. She's pairing in the second row with her new club teammate, Georgia. She's recently signed for Saracens, played a season in Brisbane Thunder after Worcester Warriors folded, and now moved to Saracens. So it would be great to see her in the PWR next season.
Yeah, playing in London.
Crouch!
At the platform, we'll have a chance maybe to discuss Gwalia and Brython teams, what they've given Wales, a platform for many to perform at a high level in Wales. Solid scrum, Ciara Bevan with a kick.
Outside, there's no 50-22.
Turning Australia. Millard as well to get back there. Hulse, oh, great step to get out of there. Playing out of trouble, super play.
She's a brilliant footballer, isn't she? Looks like she's got all the time in the world.
Yeah, she's 18 years old.
Behind the ball.
No soft exits now. Put pressure on the kicker. Molika does well to clear, but Wales with the wind behind them, and the wind very much in their sails as well in this second half.
Yeah, they've had all the territory, haven't they? It was a great kick by Ciara Bevan, unlucky almost not to get out, but really good coverage as well by the Australians. This bit of skill here is unbelievable, holding the ball in one hand and just dancing around the Welsh defenders.
There's another change for Wales as well. That's Bryony King leaving, and Alicia Butchers is coming on wearing 20. She won a 50th cap, didn't she, against Scotland a couple of weeks ago, and she can make a difference. My odds that she takes this line out.
I agree with you. No, she's a brilliant player, a massive attacking threat. She runs a lovely inside line. I'm sure we'll see some of those today.
Another misfire in the Welsh line out. 2 overthrows. Chance for Naden to carry. Pomare in the centre. Wales have had the better of the opening 13 minutes of this second half.
No.
Australia want to get the ball in the number 8's hands. Tuina Cavadre a little bit more dominant in collisions in the first half.
Yeah, it's patient play by Australia here. I think they're just waiting and just testing out the Welsh defence, waiting for someone to make a bite or to give a penalty away. But Wales have defended very well so far. They've been patient as well, and they've been clean at the ruck. So if they can keep that going, then it'll be a good positive outcome for them. Force Australia to kick.
Solid defence from Wales, keeping Australia under pressure. Why is this one going to bounce? Jenny Hesketh has it. Good counter, good tackle as well from Karpani.
No.
Kira Bevan digging this one out. Hooker at first receiver and Molly Reardon. That ball gets to Metcalf, steps back inside. She's in to the Australian 22. Kira Bevan sharp at the base. Much better from Wales. Alicia Butcher's wearing 20.
Leave it.
Counter from Australia. Kira Bevan looking for holes again, but Flaky George has lost that one. Wales lost their shape, lost another chance.
They did. It was much better play leading up to that. Great to see Flaky George spot the space on the open side and put the kick in, keeping variety in the attack. But you can see here Kira Bevan just a little bit indecisive. There was a huge gap there, but because Flaky was there and not a forward, there was no one to run into it.
You all good?
Flaky George.
Yeah. Cool. Let's start building.
Wasn't quite sure what a position would be. Was she a back rower? Then if she was tried at 12, but you know she has the skill set to play 10. She just needs game time there.
Definitely, she has the skill set to play probably wherever she'd like to across back row 10, 12. But you know she's playing in Gloucester Harper has been invaluable for her to be able to learn the game as a 10 and understand controlling the game and see in different areas. And she's brilliant at finding space in the backfield. That's definitely one of her strengths.
Well, scrum has been much better in the second half as well. The error count creeping up. That's gone forward. Wales, Beth Lewis clapping hands. They know this is a chance. A scrum 20 metres out in the shadow of the Wallaroo sticks.
This is a real opportunity now. Australia will be disappointed with that. It was an opportunity to get a clean exit, and I think the pass maybe went a tiny bit behind her, or she took her eye off the ball, I think, and looked at the defender coming before she caught it. But it's a great opportunity to attack now. It's really hard as a back line to defend in your own 22, a split scrum. You've got to cover both sides. You can bring the 8 and 9 into attack, so you can overload the attack. So it'll be really interesting to see where Wales go with this.
Well, if you get a wider shot, you can see how Wales are lined up. You've got Hesketh and Cox directly behind the scrum. They'll just go either the same way or different ways when that ball is picked. It's going to be a penalty for Wales. And they want to play. It's a free play. Jenny Hesketh carries into contact.
No, don't touch.
You know that the advantage is there. You must try something. Tupilotu with a carry. Getting ever closer are Wales now. Dominant. Apart from that restart, Wales have had all the play. Going back against the grain. Tempo of the game. Pace getting round the corner. Change in direction. Georgia Evans. Great in defence and in the contact area in the first half.
No. There, ball is here.
Kira Bevan looking for carriers. Gwenllian Pearce just a couple of metres out. You don't want to get isolated. Beth Lewis always strong in contact. Alicia Butcher's strong over the ball.
Yeah,
Bevan, Georgia Evans again. Gaps out wide certainly, but I don't think the backs are going to get that one. Oh,
One of the breakdowns previous, okay.
I'll try and get you a number. But
it's a crocodile roll, a croc roll.
Two breakdowns earlier.
And that's come from the TMO. Didn't spot it. Good play from Wales. Good continuity in attack. Great defence from Australia as well. Got to give credit where it's due. I didn't spot the croc roll. Did you, Eleanor?
I didn't spot it either. I'm sure we'll see a replay at some point. But no, I agree with you. It was great attack and great defence. Both teams really fronting up, and then it just becomes a physical battle. Who can eke out each centimetre to get closer to that try line, or Australia keeping Wales out. There was space out wide. You could see Jasmine Joyce call in for a crossfield kick.
Well, the ball is still in play. Australia didn't find the far touchline.
No,
Nell
Ange,
Metcalf
go.
with the carry. Who's got the ball? Alicia Butchers has it. Australia keen at every contest to get their hands on the ball. Natalia John with a strong carry. Just short of the line. Australia a little bit quick to move. Gwenllian Pearce inches short. Again, still short. Patience needed, composure needed.
I didn't see.
Cecilia Tupilotu needed. She's held up. Again, great Wallaroo defence.
No.
Just short. Butchers. That ball has touched the whitewash. She's been on 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes, but she crosses for Wales. Second try of the second half, and their third of the match. They extend their lead.
Yeah, it's brilliant play by Wales. It's great to see them capitalising on an Australian error. Australia will be very disappointed that they didn't make touch. Just so important that you get your basics right. It allowed Wales to keep piling on the pressure inside the 22. And we know what the forwards can do when they get that close to the try line. Failed to do it a few times in the first half, but they really made up for it in the second half. They're a lot more clinical now.
Yeah.
Conversion is good as well from Kira Bevan. That takes Wales out to 19 against Australia's 10.
Coxyamo could do the try as well.
See the replay again. That's clever from Alicia Butchers. She knows the rule. You've only got to touch the whitewash, and she's reaching out with the ball in hand.
Yeah, Alicia is a very clever player. You can see there, kept the body nice and low, had the support behind her, got over the line.
But again, a restart. As Eleanor Snowsill, former Wales out at half, has said this evening, it's almost like another set piece. You've got to get it right, and that's one element of the Welsh game tonight. They've sharpened the scrum up in the second half, certainly, but the restart has been a problem.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, you can't cash in those points until you've exited cleanly, because if not, you just put yourself right under pressure. It's when emotions are high. Can you keep your focus? Can you stay present in the moment, execute and get yourself out of the danger zone?
Well, they're nowhere near out of the danger zone. Changes for Australia coming thick and fast. Ngamo on in the front row, Lafay on as well in the second row, and Mackenzie all on for Australia. Lovely break by Miller. Good tackle by Kerrin Lake. Quick ball again. Masters with a carry, driven back for once in the tackle. He's only gone forward for 61 minutes.
It's her own leg that's strapping it.
First bit of possession the Wallaroos have had for a very, very long time, all thanks to a poor restart from Wales. Tassia Lafay on wearing 19, winning her 15th cap for the Wallaroos.
Yep, agreed.
There she is again with another carry.
Straight down and off the feet.
Off their feet, the Wallaroos.
Straight off the feet.
That's great defence by Wales, really good patience. They were nice and spread, and most importantly, they started slowing Australians' ball down. You saw Bryony King come in with quite an upright shot, held the player up off the floor. All those little details are really important to take the sting out of Australia's attack.
Yeah, really good. Stay the line. You can't be in or out, you can't be off and off. There you go, stay there.
Welsh line out, Butchers up that time.
In 5. That's down by
Molly
8
Reardon.
minutes.
Kira Bevan combined to use it. Where's that kick going? Perfect. Ooh. Nell Metcalf could have got underneath that one. Maybe she lost the ball in the floodlights.
That was a brilliant kick by Kira. Forwards doing their job, securing the ball. Don't want to play too much in your own half. Get down there, but it was really competitive. Great kick.
Australian line-up ball is clean from the top. Mackenzie on in the outside half position. Again, getting the ball wide to Miller, and she's looked dangerous every time. Beautiful pass out of the back door. Ball still in play, is it? Well, it was. Just gone forward. She looks very, very dangerous. Desiree Miller, 9th cap this evening. A young talent. The ball has gone away. You talk about Jazz Joyce, she hasn't seen any ball at all.
No, I think both teams would definitely want to get their wingers back into play, but again, Masters there, outstanding hands, so she shows she can do it all. She can carry, she can be abrasive, she can turn over the ball, but she's also got slick hands there under pressure, and that is when Australia are at their best, when they're moving the ball wide, they're playing quick, wide passes and getting their wingers into the game, and I think Joey Apple probably want to see a bit more of them from that.
Crouch!
Wales struggle in the first half with the scrum. The Wallaroos had the upper hand. Don't know what's changed. Some personnel has changed, obviously.
Set!
They've tidied things up. That's a commentator's curse, if I've ever seen one. One against the head for Australia, and a penalty to come as well. And they will play.
Keep that mark for me, Chelsea.
Solid tackle by Cox there
No,
on Maya Stewart. Good angle, good tackle.
You're on the ball.
Great tackle by Kira Bevan there. Brilliant timing.
It's funny how rugby ebbs and flows. Momentum is such a crucial thing in any sport, but particularly in rugby union. That's gone forward. Advantage is over, says the referee. That's a good nudge. Is it going to stay in? Bouncing on.
That and goal.
So back they will come. It'll be an Australian scrum where they pushed Wales off the ball about a minute and a half ago.
So,
such a shame. Jasmine Joyce was roaring after that. She had the head tilt back, which is something she used to do when she was playing sevens for Wales. Back in the day, you knew she was really turning on the afterburners when the head tilts back. It was a great option to kick it, though, and that's what I'd like to see is Wales really executing on the turnovers, exploiting the space in the backfield or out wide.
I tend to agree with the Australian chat there. I didn't see the advantage over at all because they shoved Wales off the ball. They got a penalty as well. They were playing advantage. They went back, they went across, they never went forward. So they'll have to settle for a scrum of their own, back in almost the same position.
Crouch!
Just under 14 minutes left at Rodney Parade. Wales 19, Australia 10. Wales using the top 2 inches there, switching on. Oh, there's Miller again, finding space, breaking tackles. Little hitch kick out to there. Quick ball needed. It's there for Morgan. Tuina Kavadre. If she creeps back into the game, that'll spell danger. That's Mackenzie with a dink across. Wonderful ball back inside. Hulse still has possession. Has she reached? Has she scored? Yes, she has. What a finish. On her 3rd cap, she's just turned 18 and crosses for their 2nd try at Rodney Parade against Wales, bringing them right back into this clash.
So the leg drive she showed there was outstanding. I think she was almost dragging 2 players over the try line with her. But it was great vision by Arabella Mackenzie. She's made an instant impact here. Just spots a bit of space. Her attack are flat, the defence are flat. Luck of the bounce as well, but really good to keep the ball alive. But look at this, she's almost running backwards, turns, and just that upper body strength to get the ball over the line there. Outstanding stuff by Australia, and they're right back in this game.
Well, you could be looking for angles, of course. But Sarah Cox, referee, right up with play, perfectly positioned. She was in the best position to call that one. Mackenzie created it with that little kick, and she has converted the try as well. So all of a sudden it is a 2-point game. Wales 19, Australia 17. About 12 minutes left.
Time off. Give it 2 seconds.
We'll see the finish again.
Yes,
Caitlin Hulse did very well there. What an experience it's been for many a young Australian player.
And what a bright future she has ahead of her. She's just turned 18. On social media you can see the squad celebrating with her. Looks like they've got a great vibe off field as well as on field, and that really pays dividends when you're away, a long way from home on tours, and it's great preparation for them for the World Cup next year.
Kaylee Powell is on for Jenny Hesketh into the full-back position. There's a change for Australia. I think Lucy Deneen is on wearing 20 as well, and Ashley Masters has gone for a well-deserved sit-down.
She's been outstanding today. She's been absolutely everywhere, and the range of skills she showed as well really carried Australia into this game. 2-point
game. The last two encounters have been close affairs. Rugby World Cup, WXV 1. They've both dropped down to the middle tier of the WXV competition. They'll face each other next weekend.
Got your mark.
I told you to stop.
Well, that's the new law. Well, an old law coming back. From a kick, you must retreat. You can't go forward. You can't stand still. If you're new to the game, I guess it's maybe a tricky one to get a grip of, but you know, it's always been there. You've got to make an effort to go back, and Wales will take that penalty, Eleanor.
Yeah, they definitely will. And I think it's a fair enough law. You know, it stops forwards just sort of standing in the middle of the pitch and then advancing onto the attacking line. So it encourages teams to run the ball back rather than kick the ball, and hopefully opens up a more attacking, expansive style of rugby.
Well, Cecilia Tupilotu off for Wales. I hope she's enjoyed playing at a home ground where her father played, of course. A lot of the family have played here as well. Her sister plays here. Donna Rose on. Can she have an immediate impact in getting the Welsh 8 over? This is not an action replay, but it is another try. Molly Rhiannon crashing over for her second. Wales is fourth. What a response from Wales women.
Unbelievable response. Absolutely great stuff from Molly Reardon to get a second try there. It was very organised from Wales, but what a response. And it's almost felt like it's gone against the run of the game. Australia had all the momentum. We spoke about momentum ebbing and flowing. Wales just had a little bit of an in with Australia being offside, but they've really made the most of it and maximised that. They didn't spend hardly any time in the 22, but they've come away with points. Hopefully Kira can convert it and it'll become 7 points.
If you're going to break from a back of a maul that's rapidly going forward, you better make sure that you cross.
Yes, you better had. And Molly Reardon is a very powerful player. You can see she's very physical and built very powerfully. So she made the right decision, got her timing right, stayed low, and was able to dive over the try line.
No conversion for Kira Bevan. It's a 7-point game. Those conversions could be crucial as we see the finish again. Almost identical to the first try she scored, but no support going over this time. She did it all herself. What about the restart? Well, that's better for Wales to start with.
Leave the ball. Rock now.
Australia told to leave it.
Out we come.
Nell Metcalf took the restart to get away. Alicia Butchers. She's done well to get back to full fitness. She had a nasty knee injury at WXV or Rugby World Cup, that was, wasn't it?
That was Rugby World Cup, yes, and you know, had quite a while out of the game, but she's been very good since coming back in.
Joyce pops the ball back inside, but that's gone forward. Messy from Wales.
Forward pass.
They won the restart, then tried to do maybe too much with it.
Yeah, I think the space was on. Fakey probably miskicked it slightly and sliced it a bit, so Jasmine wasn't running onto the ball, had to take it, stood still. But I think when wingers haven't had much touches on the ball in the game, you do end up with a few mistakes like that. I think she'll be the first to say that she probably should have held on to that.
Yeah, try to force that one a little bit. Wales just don't want to win this game, really. 7-point game, 4 tries to 2. Bonus points don't count in this one. It's an international friendly.
Find
They will count next weekend, but Wales will take a win over an opposition they've never beaten. The Wallaroos yet to lose against Wales. And Wales get a nudge on. I don't think that ball's come into the channel, has it?
It's gone. It hardly went in, and then Wales have brought it back in. So
just a reset for Wales, switching on. Donna Rose in the headguard. She's a real character, isn't she?
She is a real character within the squad, on and off the pitch. Almost made an instant impact there. You know, you could see the difference in the scrum, marching forward. It's great to see. She brings a lot of physicality, and she's just got that edge about her that is good to have on the pitch, and you definitely want her on your side rather than not on your side.
I'll just remind Eleanor that we are picking the WRU player of the match. I'll ask you to announce that around 75 minutes before she leaves her post to go down to pitch side for all the reaction.
Sit back and wait. No, don't start pointing fingers at each other, okay? Come on. Hold, both of you need to hold your weight. Right down.
Reset scrum means the clock ticks on. But it is an Australian scrum. The Wallaroos, a good attacking platform for them. Look to get a nudge on the tight head on the right-hand side of the scrum. Tie in the Welsh back row.
Set! Steady!
Good pressure again, making a mess of the Australian scrum. But here come the Wallaroos in midfield. They know what's at stake. Pride more than anything. They don't want to be the first Australian team to lose against Wales in an international clash.
There's also world rankings at stake, so I think if Wales win this, it depends on the score line, but they have the potential to move from 10th up to 8th in the world.
Yeah, Australia 6th currently. Mackenzie, she's made a difference, and there are gaps out wide. Cox working really hard to get back, and that tackle was so important as Maya Stewart picks and goes again. There's Morgan. Big moments in the game. Mackenzie, Lafay in midfield.
No.
Australia, as the clock ticks past 75 minutes, looking for a try that would bring them within a conversion.
Feels like the physicality of the game is just ramped up another level.
Mackenzie tries to dab one through. That could work out for Miller. Offloads to Hulse.
No, don't throw your hands in. Right there.
Lane Morgan there again. Mackenzie. Certainly the pivot has made a difference for Australia.
Come on, use the ball.
Every tackle counts now for Wales. Every carry counts.
Strip the ball on the floor.
Alicia Butcher's penalised, taking the ball. And I think that Australia have to go to the corner. But I saw that Kerrin Lake had a knock earlier on. But this stoppage just give us a chance, Eleanor, to announce who the WRU player of the match is and why.
Yeah, there's a few contenders, I think, for Australia. Hulse has been great at fullback, and Masters has been very good as flanker. But the player of the match for Wales is number 9, Kira Bevan. I think she's led the team very well. She's communicated well with the ref. Her speed of ball has been outstanding, which has allowed Wales to get on the front foot, and her kicking game has been spot on as well.
There we have it. Welsh Rugby Union's player of the match, Wales captain Kira Bevan.
No, well done.
And if you might have heard the attendance there as well, 1,862
No, there's medics on the
vocal
pitch.
fans in that Rodney parade.
Clear the medics, please.
And Australia are going to keep this alive. Don't want to risk going to the corner. A tap and play. Lafay with a carry. She's held up.
Tackle!
Now that's how a tackle. Her knees are on the deck. Just short.
No, you're not on ball. Leave it.
Gorman just short. Not on the ball. Donna Rose not listening to the referee. She could be in trouble. Are there gaps out wide? Yes, there are. Not that wide at all. Tuila Kabadre goes over for a try that she fully deserves. Brilliant first half.
That wind coming out of you now.
This conversion is a big one.
You okay?
3 and a bit minutes to go.
Just caught me right in the wrong
It's a
place.
2-point game, thanks to a score. Well, you can see on the replay, lovely ball out,
Imagine
beating
Tempo's came on
defenders.
For you, it'd be spewing up in the gantry.
Tabua Tui Nakavadre crossing for the Wallaroos.
All good at the track.
We're the advantage as well.
Yeah,
Conversion
just over 2.5 to go.
to make it all square. Conversion is good, and we are
Hey, listen,
back to
you were
where we
very upset
started.
when you were kicking. You
Honours
I started
even.
pressure on you at the goal. So I get what you're saying. I'm aware of it.
Arabella Mackenzie with a conversion that brings Australia back 24 points apiece. Saw the try again, but the conversion was the vital one. 4 tries to 3, but that doesn't count for anything. 2 and a bit minutes left. Ngamo with the carry,
No.
and Australia will continue to play.
I'll
The
need that 10
second
seconds
half
as
has
well. No,
ebbed and
hands away.
flowed.
No, that's a good clear for me.
Good clear. Looked like a croc roll to me, but there
Out
we
you
go.
come. Out.
No one wants to take that one. Beth Lewis, has she got her hands on it? No, she hasn't. But it is a penalty. The Australian forwards
Number 1,
not
I think it's a number.
retreating. Now here's the decision.
Number 1.
A decision for Kira Bevan. She kicks at goal. She kicked a cracker to win against Scotland at World Cup, but this time they've elected to go for the corner. Pressure on Cleikey George. If you're going for the corner, then put it in the corner.
Well done, Rex, with that amenity. Keep it disciplined.
First job is excellently done by Cleikey George. 2 line-out drives have resulted in tries for Wales. Keep it simple at the front. Here comes another drive.
No, out to go. Out him fine.
Where is the ball? Oh, there it is.
I can't let that happen. We come back.
The
number
whistle is
5.
gone. It's not a try. I thought that Kate Williams went over there. She did ground the ball, but it is a penalty. Cleikey George, what drama we have at the end of this international at Rodney Parade. Cleikey George pops it into the corner again, and Wales will have another chance to win this at the death. 24 points each. First job is done. Here comes a drive. Molly Reardon on a hat-trick for Wales if she gets over. Creeping infield.
Out you come. Out.
Definitely is the last play. You want to shove it over again, Molly Reardon.
I agree.
Just short. The arm is out again. It will be a free play for Wales. Lake carries. Not fully recovered from that knock. Donna Rose with the carry. Australian defence has been excellent all evening, especially 5 metres out.
Tackle!
One more Herculean effort from Wales and Australia. In the shadow of the sticks, a drop goal would win it, a penalty would win it, a try would also win it. There is a penalty.
Hands up!
Wales will have a shot at goal. Bevan, long ball out. Cleikey George deciding to carry Powell. Just short again. I can't tell you where the penalty is, but Wales are still playing. Natalia John with the carry. Bevan. Beth Lewis. What defence from Australia. Has that gone forward? No, it's gone back. Bevan pops it. Williams. Over she goes. Kate Williams has crossed for what will be the winning score for Wales at Rodney Parade. The clock is red. This game is done and dusted.
Yeah, perfect. I've got the same. I've got the mark for 20.
That's right now. I just want you to check if there's a knock on in the lead up to it.
Yeah.
Just having a look at the knock on.
I'll go through the replays.
Referee Sarah Cox saw it with her own eyes. She didn't call it. She said that's gone back, play on. There it is there.
Backwards.
backwards. I've heard in my ear from Andrew McMenemy, the TMO. This try is going to count.
Yeah, bring down a little bit the crowd, goes backwards, so you're happy with the try.
Yeah.
The try is good, the conversion is good, and that means that Wales have done something for the very first time, and that is to beat Australia in a women's international. 6-0 before tonight, but Wales have done it at Rodney Parade. The final score, Wales 31, Australia 24. What a second half we've had. 7 points apiece at half time. It really opened up. But of course the teams will meet again in WXV2 next week, where it really does count. Yes, enjoy tonight, because you fly to South Africa tomorrow. Both teams go. Wales from Heathrow, Australia from Birmingham. They head to Cape Town for WXV2, but they can celebrate tonight. Well, Wales can celebrate tonight because they have beaten Australia on the 7th attempt. A very much needed boost for Welsh rugby. Not what Joe Yapp might have wanted, the Australian head coach. That means it's 1 win in 7 in her tenure as head coach. A full-time score once again. Wales 31, Australia 24. 5 tries to 3, I make it. And what a second half. There's confirmation. Rodney Parade, a great venue for rugby. Very intimate little ground in the heart of Newport City, in the east of Wales. A night to remember for all the Welsh squad. Trying to build. It's been a busy time in women's rugby. Contract negotiations, rambles around the table, but positivity tonight. We're moving in the right direction. We're all in it together. That's the message coming out of the camp. Wow, we're going to have a look at all the tries this evening. Got to go way, way back to the 2nd minute for the first one. But 8 tries in total, if you're Welsh, to enjoy. It looked ominous for Wales early on. Pomare with a long ball out. Mayor Stewart beating Hesketh too easily on the outside, stepping back inside. That was the first try. See this from the other angle. Super hands, that little flick on. I think it was Masters out there. She had a great game, as did Tuina Cavadre as well, the Australian number 8. That was try number 1. Back, Wales bounced. Cox with the carry. Wales failed to generate quick ball in the first half, but Kira Bevan, don't need to ask her twice if she spots a gap, and did well just to get that one down. Another replay there for Kira Bevan. She captained Wales well this evening. The WRU player of the match as well. She had the last word with her conversion, the final conversion. This is one element of the Welsh game that was excellent all evening. The line out and then the drive. Beth Lewis the target, and Molly Reardon crossing for the first try of the second half. 4 tries in total. But the line-out drive proved very successful for the Welsh 8. Really kept their shape. 2 almost identical tries for replacement hooker Molly Reardon. She had a bit of help that way on that one, not on the second one. This was a sneaky little try. Alicia Butcher spotted a chance. She came on as a replacement. She'd been on for about 3 minutes. Saw the whitewash, reached out and got that try. A vital try for Wales. One more look at Alicia Butcher's try. 50th cap against Scotland, a try on a 51st. A feel-good factor going to Cape Town for WXV2. Well, luckily, we're going to have a word with WU Player of the Match and the Welsh captain, Ciara Bevan.
Well, firstly, Ciara, huge congratulations on the win tonight, but also Player of the Match. What did you make of that performance?
Yeah, it was a really tough game. We knew Australia were going to be physical. But I'm just really proud of the girls. You know, we asked for energy, effort, patience, and that's exactly what they gave today. So I couldn't be prouder, to be honest.
100%. And you spoke beforehand about set piece and the importance of that. How happy were you with how the line out went and what a threat that was?
Yeah, it was a massive threat. And to be honest, we work really hard on our set piece. The forwards gave us a great platform as backs to be able to play off. So I'm just glad we could do it justice and get the ball to the edges.
Are there any areas that you'll look to work on now ahead of playing Australia again in 8 days' time?
Yeah, it's a weird one. Obviously, we want to be a bit more clinical on the edges. We got the ball there a lot today. It's just then being clinical when we have the opportunity, and then probably getting part A right before part B. So just from our carries and stuff like that, just getting our detail right.
Yeah, definitely. How important is this win to gain confidence and momentum going into WXV2?
Yeah, it's massive. You know, we wanted a result, and I asked the girls to give us that, and they were brilliant today. But we have to not really, we need to manage our expectations a little bit, I should say, because the most important game is next week. You know, this win means nothing if we can't back it up in a week's time in South Africa. So I just asked the girls to enjoy the moment. We deserve to win tonight, but hopefully back it up next week.
Well, we look forward to seeing if you can back it up next week.
I hope so.
Diane, congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
Molly, how did you find that game? Coming on a bit earlier than you might have thought?
Yeah, definitely. It was quite scary at the start, but you know, Rosie set up a good platform, so I just had to keep it up with her, so it was good. I enjoyed it.
And how hard have you guys been working on your line-up? Because it's a huge strength of yours today.
Yeah, we've worked really hard, to be fair. You know, we've come off a few losses, but we stuck in there today, and we worked really, really hard. So the girls did a good shift, and I just took the glow at the end, and go over the line. So nice 2 in the bag.
And you're from this region yourself as a Dragons player. How good has it been to play in Rodney Parade? I'm sure you've got a lot of support down tonight.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, the fans amazing, you know, they keep it going, so good, yeah, home ground.
Good. And finally, looking forward to a trip to South Africa. Have you been there before?
No, never. So it's a good luck, good trip ahead, definitely.
Good stuff. Good luck for it. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Michaela, commiserations on the loss. Where do you think that game was won and lost today?
Yeah, look, I think we take that one on our chest there. We previewed coming into this week that our discipline would be crucial, and keeping them out of 22 would be crucial, because that's where they convert their points, and I think that's the game that we saw out there tonight. So yeah, definitely for us, our discipline areas, our ability to hold on to the ball and maintain possession really let us down.
Are there areas of the game that you do think you improved on from last week going into this week?
Definitely. I think our front football, our ability to win collision was much better this week. Our work rate around the fold, our intent to play a fast game and to play a connected game was much better this week. As I said, just that ability to hold on to the ball, run the easy stuff, sometimes take those simple options and be smart about the footy that we're playing.
Reflecting on the tour as a whole, how important has it been for you guys to experience travelling over here with a young squad as well ahead of the World Cup next year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our focus is WXV starting next week, and as you said, a bit of a preparation for World Cup next year. This is the first time we've travelled to the Northern Hemisphere, so adjustment for a lot of the girls on what it feels like to travel, how it is to adjust to jet lag and still train and perform week in, week out. So I think these warm-up games have been incredibly beneficial for us. We've learnt a lot, and I think despite the loss tonight, we're going into a good position next week, knowing what to expect and having, I guess, tried out a few systems that we can perform better when we come into the competition.
And finally, a word on Jo Yap. How much of an impact has she had on your squad since she started?
Yeah, Jo's been incredible for the group, really good for building culture, brings a wealth of experience from football on this side of the world, both as a player and a coach, and someone who really comes into the training environment with a lot of passion, a lot of compassion as well, but also a lot of knowledge. So really good for our group. Excited excited for us to put it all together and for you to actually see what we've been working on.
Thank you for your time.
Cheers,
Good luck.
thank you.
Well, that's all the reaction there. Both captains and a double try scorer for Wales, Molly Reardon. Where were we in the try run? I think we'd just seen Alicia Butcher's try. That try and conversion put Wales 19-10 ahead. But back came Australia. Stewart and Hals combining. And what a finish from the 18-year-old. Just got the ball down. Sarah Cox in the perfect position to award that one. On the other angle shows the work of Arabella McKenzie. She made a difference at 10 when she came on. I think she'll start against Wales in that opening clash of the WXV2. Did very well to get the ball down. Wales will debate it, of course. But back came Wales again. And this was an action replay of try number 3. That's another one for Molly Reardon. Well worked line-out drive. Forwards were excellent. The line-out was excellent. The scrum did clean up a little bit in the second half for Wales. But on this attempt, Molly Reardon just broke free, saw the white line, went for it. And that response was needed because momentum was shifting in Australia's favour. Wales led 24-17 after this one because Captain Kira Bevan failed with a conversion. Just see the other angle from behind the Wallaroos try line. Out pops Molly Reardon, plummets over, 24-17. Restarts were a problem for Wales. Johan Cunningham, the head coach, will want to clear that up before next weekend. This was a lovely ball. Lane Morgan found Tabua Tui Nakavadre, and over she went. Fantastic game, the Australian 8. Brilliant in the first half, quieter, kept a little bit quieter in the second half, but that's the ball, drawing in defenders. And the conversion was good from McKenzie, 24 points all, and Australia wanted more, and they put themselves under pressure with a couple of penalties. And this is the winning moment for Wales. They had a look at this if it had gone forward, but back was the decision from Beth Lewis, and over plummeted. There she is, the open side, the number 7, Kate Williams, on cap 16, wins the game for Wales against Australia. The Wallaroos heroic in defence for many phases of play, but finally they cracked, and over went Kate Williams. So it finished Wales 31, Australia 24. Wales have done something this evening at Rodney Parade they've never done before. They've beaten Australia in an international, but they'll have to back it up because both teams face each other again in the big competition in South Africa, WXV2, next Saturday. Terrific entertainment at Rodney Parade. Beautiful game of rugby on a beautiful evening in South East Wales. Hope you all enjoyed. Until next time, goodbye.